Okay. So welcome everyone. It's very wonderful to have all of you tonight and hope you're all doing well. Thank you for taking the time out to attend this Zoom meeting where we're going to be sharing with you about a few concepts, the cash flow quadrant, particularly the shopping annuity and the sharing economy as well. And so the idea is how it's all related to the company that I'm going to be introducing you to, called shop.com, Market America, Market Australia, Market Singapore, Market Malaysia, and it's all part of under shop.com. So how many of you on this call have heard of the guy called Robert Kiyosaki? If you have, perhaps you can just type in the chat bar, yes, Robert Kiyosaki, yeah? And for those of you who've heard of him, what do you know about him? Who is Robert Kiyosaki? Maybe one or two words for those. So Deanne, Debbie, Chinwei have indicated you've heard of Robert Kiyosaki. So what do you know about this gentleman? Poor Dad, Rich Dad author, yes. Self-made entrepreneur, yes. Debbie, that's great. Well, Robert Kiyosaki, as you can see in the middle of this page up the top, is the guy, and he is, as Debbie indicated here, a self-made millionaire, an entrepreneur, and he is the best-selling author of the book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and also Cashflow Quadrant. So amongst his books, these two are the best-selling books, and he has been really spending his life teaching people how to attain financial freedom. So like a lot of people, you know, Robert Kiyosaki have been taught that it's important for us to do well in our school, you know, study hard and get good grades, and then, you know, get into college or university, then find a good job. So how many of you have been told that, or like your parents, or what you've been learning when you were little, that is important to do, right? So basically, it's how Robert Kiyosaki's dad, who he calls the poor dad, used to teach him. And but what he actually since learned when he grew up was from his best friend's dad, who is who he called the rich dad. That is not necessarily just people that need to be having you know, good academic results to be able to do well in life. So like many people earlier on, you know, Robert had a very negative or closed-minded attitude towards a lot of different businesses, particularly, you know, network marketing system. But he's changed his mind as he's done a lot of research and then opened up the way that he thinks about, you know, the industry. So he found that, you know, some things that are extremely beneficial, especially for those people who look for changes particularly related to the cash flow quadrant. Now, as I mentioned, you know, apart from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which is a book about Robert Kiyosaki's two daddies, one is his own father, biological father, who is the poor dad, and then his really good friend's father, who is a very successful business owner, a millionaire, teaching him how to be, you know, rich. That his second very famous book is Cashflow Quadrant. And so this particular graph you see in front of you there is about that. And within the cash flow quadrant, there are 4 different areas, as you can see. So the first one on the top left-hand corner is E, which is employee. As the name suggests, you know, an employee is someone that has a job, that works for someone's company and their success, and you trade time for money. Now, basically, the success is not your own when you are an employee, because when you work, you're actually working for your boss, right? So how many of you on this call is an employee? Perhaps you can just type an E here so that I can see that you are an employee, so we can sort of understand where the group of people that are on this call is coming from. So if you are an employee, just type an E, and obviously there might be other people that are more than one. You might not be just an employee as well. As we go through each of this quadrant, you can type it in as well. Okay, so let's go through the second quadrant, which is the S quadrant. Now, S stands for self-employed, also small business and skilled people. So S stands for 3 S's: self-employed, small business, and skilled people. So they are the professional, they are also the owner and worker all in one. And for those of you who are, are familiar with the term POW, which is basically all in one, professional, owner, and worker. So the self-employed people also trade time for money, but obviously compared to the employee, they would earn more money than the employees. They work for their own success. However, they basically just created their own job. They just own an expensive job rather than like an employee who basically just have a job. So that is a self-employed person. So if you are in that category, you can type an S in the chat box. Now, then on the right-hand side, we have the business owner. Now, business owners are the people that generally partner with other people, or they employ people to work for them, and you will mainly leverage on people. And you have what we call a system or standard operating procedure. And it's really, really important for people that are in the business owner quadrant to be able to have leverage, system, and people working for them. So that means people equals money. And it is the business owner quadrant. And then the last one is the investor quadrant. So when you have enough money, whether it's from your job or from your self-employment or your business, then you'll be able to then have money to invest. Having your money works for you. You have passive income through investing in either your property, real estate, or a share or trade, stuff like that. So out of this 4, let's have a look at you guys, which categories are you at? Because in some of my presentations, I even have people that are in all 4. So let's see with this group, how many of us are in more than one. Okay, so we have Debbie in E, I, and B. That is, wow, 3 of them out of the 4. Debbie, fantastic. And Chinwei is an employee. Deanne, also EBI. Justin, E and B. Lucy, E. And Ling is a self-employed person. And Debbie used to be S2. Wow. This meaning you're no longer a self-employed person, are you? So you're, because you said EIB. So now you're working for someone, but you're also a business owner as well as an investor. No longer a small business person, right? That's great. Well, but that means, Debbie, you've actually been involved in all 4. Amazing. Okay, so tonight, what we'd like to do is to look at particularly the B quadrant and the I quadrant, where we focus on B with, we also call it shop quadrant, with the shopping, standard operating procedure. And let's enlarge it so you can see it more clearly. Now, with this one, you only have one income source. And what that means is that if that business dies, then you lose all of your income. And the expansion of this business incurs additional financial investment and creates competition as well. So basically, if you can see, if you were to expand, say here, you've got 6 different areas, right, that you want to expand, then you will need to spend more money to create more financial investment to do that. And not only that, you will create competition, because let's say, for example, these 6 different businesses are the different areas of industries, okay? So you probably will be competing, particularly if you're on the different, areas, but around the same area. So it's very important for us to understand that with business owner, you actually build business, whereas with entrepreneurs, you're building network. In building network, you're leveraging on existing businesses and minimize competition and shared economy. So in building network, it's actually a lot better because you are able to then leverage and support one another. And because of that, then the competition is minimized and the investment can be shared due to the vested interest in that group of people or businesses. But not many people can do it. Say, for example, people that are in this kind of big businesses or entrepreneurship, like Bill Gates, Packer, Murdoch, Richard Branson, they all have a lot of money to be able to do that, right? So for those of you who are not aware, shop.com is very similar, and we'll share a little bit about it. But before we go into that, I'd just like to give you a brief summary of what it is. It's an internet franchise business with an A+ Better Business Bureau company. Shop.com model resembles the traditional network, and it's very different from the traditional business though, and we'll take a look at the differences. Okay, so here with traditional entrepreneur, for those of you who've indicated that you are in the B quadrant, then most likely you're in traditional business. When you need to, have group acquisition, it normally costs, hundreds and thousands of dollars to millions of dollars even. And if you want to expand locally or internationally, you also need to invest in a lot of money. And if you want to diversify into other industries, you have to pay a lot more for the expansion to other locations, as I mentioned, interstate or internationally as well. So more depth becomes more money investment. And so it all means that, investment for money will give you more growth. Okay, now, so it says here also that Anata is an E and no longer S, and Anita, yes, is an E, an employee, and Auntie Anlok is a B and I, and Hui is EBI, so 3 of them as well. And so if that's the case, then Justin says he's also into I now, so that's good. All right. So, multiple streams of income is something that a lot of people have started doing. So that's why, many people are actually in more than one quadrant. Now, if you have looked at shop.com, shop.com, as I mentioned, is similar to the traditional network. However, there are differences as well. So let's go through the similarities first. First, shop.com is built on total equality. That means every income center. So each of the, shop.com has different income centers that you can have capped income potential, and everyone has the same requirements and can own multiple centers up to 999. So as you can see here, you have 3 when you get started, and then you can actually keep adding, you can see the circle. There are 7 of them all together. So 7 different centers here means that you're already a 6-figure earner. That allows you to earn $187,000 because that is US dollars. That means, each of the center you can earn up to, $3,600 cap maximum. And the new income center also solidify the income of previous linked centers. And there's no additional financial commitment for multiple centers. So when you actually expand, you don't really need to invest in extra financial investment, which is a lot better than when we were looking at the traditional business. If you have other industries, you need to put in a lot more extra investment in it. So in that case, shop.com is definitely a preferred model because that way you won't need to have a lot more capital to start up. And finally, an important point is that 100% of the business volume can help you to create excellent teamwork and synergy. So that means every qualified business center receive 100% of all the business volume generated by all centers down to infinity. Now, for those of you who haven't actually seen our business plan, I'll go through it a bit later, and this may not fully make sense as yet, but you will get to understand it as you get to see this a few times. Okay, so let's see the differences between the traditional and shop.com. The traditional businesses, you need to have thousands of dollars to millions of dollars startup. And all individual business setup has its own earning potential. Whereas with shop.com is very low startup investment, and all income center gets 100% business volume from their organization. And with traditional business, each business setup needs a lot of money to expand, as we've talked about it. And also the new business expansion has no direct benefits to existing businesses. So let's say if you have a McDonald's in South Melbourne and then another one in Sydney, these two have no direct benefits. Whereas with shop.com, everyone is entitled to multiple centers, and the new income centers solidify the income of existing centers. And with traditional businesses, every extra business entity costs extra dollars in investment and overheads, and it's all built on asset ownership with very high overheads generally. Even, renting a space for your shops and stuff, require high overheads. Whereas with shop.com, you don't need to have added financial commitments for multiple income centers. You only need to, put in the time to build it, and it's actually very low overheads as well. And it's also built on a concept called sharing economy. So guys, how many of you have heard of the concept of sharing economy? Okay, so I think a few of you who might have seen my presentation previously or as part of the business have actually understood, the concept of sharing economy, which is a very interesting concept. So for those of you who haven't heard of it, let me share with you. Well, sharing economy is the trend of now and the future as well. It is basically an economic mode and a model often defined as a peer-to-peer based activity of providing and sharing access of goods and services that are facilitated by a community-based online platform. So have a look at this now. There's generally online platform or like app platforms like Uber, Airbnb, Amazon, and eBay, as you can see, with PayPal as well. All of these companies actually have one thing in common, and that is that they don't own anything. And that is what we call the paradigm shift. As you can see, the sharing economy is in fact a paradigm shift, because, as you look at a lot of traditional businesses, manufacturers will actually have to build their own products and supply to their wholesalers and retailers, etc. Whereas with this sharing economy, with the paradigm shift, they are actually able to earn from the platform and share the wealth without really needing to own anything. And that's why it's also known as collaborative consumption, or collaborative economy, or peer economy. So say, for example, PayPal, it used to be, owned by eBay, but now everyone uses PayPal. And in the past, people were actually a bit iffy about using PayPal because they don't know if, they put in the money there, whether the money will be safe or not. But, in the beginning, the hesitancy now is actually even bigger than eBay itself. As you can see, the users is 240 million PayPal, and with eBay less than that. So this is what is really the trend of not only now, but ongoing, I'm sure, in the future as well. So basically, that is something we need to be aware of, because that is how a lot of people are starting to earn wealth, as you can see in front of you here. Uber, they have 40 million users. The company value 50 billion. And Airbnb, they have 150 million users. Company value $30 billion. And Amazon and Alibaba have 300 million and 600 million users respectively, with company value 700 billion and 500 billion dollars respectively. And as we mentioned, eBay and PayPal also have 170 and 240 million, with 42 and 102 billion company value. So it's amazing that you see all these different companies sharing economy, yet they don't own any of the products that they provide. So what is the business model that drives this sharing economy? The model that drives this is about a platform that connects the goods and services to the end users or the consumers. So what we have on our site is, as I've already alluded to it, shop.com, which is the company that I'd like to share with you tonight. And shop.com is actually the platform that we call Enfranchise Business and the shopping annuity, and that is what drives our business. Like Uber that provides cars to the consumers, Airbnb provides real estate and houses to the end users. Amazon provides books, and eBay, all sorts of commercial products. With shop.com, we have hundreds of different of our branded products, as well as a lot of our partner stores as well. And so all of this we don't own. We are the broker, just like the other companies sharing economy. However, we are able to connect, all these goods and services to the consumers and the end users. So if you have a look at the concept of shop.com, it's basically converting spending into earning. But one thing that shop.com is different from all these other other companies like Uber, Airbnb, Amazon, Alibaba, and eBay, is that shop.com allows people like you and I to be able to own a piece of it. If we are interested in earning extra money, not just being a consumer, whereby we obviously will have the opportunity to get great goods and services, we are able to earn money as well. So that's why we call it converting spending into earning. And that is distinctly different from all these other companies that share economy, because if you use Uber, Alibaba, Airbnb, eBay, you can only be a consumer. You cannot own a piece of the company. However, with shop.com, you can be an owner of shop.com as well. And so that's why if you have looked at this question, imagine if a company created a system where every time a dollar that you spend, it creates income for you and for all who are economically connected within the system. Well, that is already happening, and that is what is our company shop.com. And this company allows us all to be able to create income, not only use the products, but if we are able to have a group of people working alongside us that are economically connected within the same system, just like what we said in the B quadrant, the standard operating procedure within the system, then we'll be able to earn income and create wealth together. So that's why we are able to convert spending into earning. And it's really amazing. As you can see, here is where the convention, where in the US, Greensboro, more than 25,000 of the unfranchised owners that are part of the shop.com company, the owners that are economically connected within that system to be able to earn money. And when they meet together, they learn together, they grow together, and they are able to create wealth as well. So when you learn about sharing economy, you need to understand that, this shift is not only happening, it will become something that allows, people to level the playing field. You don't have to have a traditional business owners and entrepreneur to have millions of dollars to start up, but to be able to earn money on top of that as well. Okay, so let me just explain how that came about now. As you can see on the right-hand side, the gentleman on the right-hand side is J.R. Ridinger, who is the CEO and the owner of Shop.com. He actually purchased Shop.com as the owner of Market America in 2010. So Market America started in 1992, and so it's been around for nearly 27 years now. But Shop.com was owned and purchased by JR in 2010. So since that time, we've been able to use this platform as a way, as I mentioned, to share economy. So Bloomberg's is the privately held financial software, data, and media company that's headquartered in Midtown Manhattan, New York City, where J.R. Ridinger was interviewed during that time when Shop.com was purchased by Market America. So this was the beginning of a very, very successful shopping annuity and sharing economy through the Shop.com business. So that is basically what JR had in mind. When people are on the left-hand quadrant as an employee or as a self-employed person, you are almost like like upside down. But then when you move from the left to the right, you can stand up tall and be a business owner and also invest in your own annuity. And if you don't understand the concept of annuity, it is basically like your superannuation, where you're able to then, have the money invested. However, with shopping annuity, you don't really need the extra discretionary income. You only need to use the money that you would be spending to shop anyway to earn the extra money. So basically, that's the concept of what we call the unfranchised business. So on that note, this is what I'd like to share with you about the concept of cash flow quadrant, of particularly the right-hand quadrant of the B and the I quadrant. As the Shop.com owner, if you're interested in being part of it, here I have a short plan to share with you so that you can understand how it all works. So take a look at this. So the Enfranchise Business, which is the mother company, Market America, Shop.com, is the company that we're referring to in regards to this sharing of economy as well as shopping annuity. And the concept is to convert your spending into earning. Market America Shop.com provides a system for entrepreneurs to create an ongoing income, and so that they can become financially independent while providing consumers worldwide with a better way to shop. So the mission of the company are twofold. One is for entrepreneurs to create ongoing residual income, and so that they are able to have financial and time freedom. And the second part is also to provide consumers and customers around the world with a better way to shop. Through revolutionary technology and the power of people, we are creating the economy of the future. So basically, the idea is that, Shop.com is empowered by people just like you. So in terms of the changing economy, as we talk about the sharing of economy, there are four major trends that are taking place right now that are very prominent, and that create one of the greatest opportunities for those who have positioned themselves ahead of these trends. And as you can see, the retail store are closing down. There are a lot of them that are collapsing more and more. And then there's the rise of online sales. Seriously, nowadays, if businesses
are not online, they are not really in business. And the third trend is one-to-one marketing that replaces the mass marketing. So it's a very important trend, because people tend to be interested in, you know, getting referral and positive feedback from other people. So this one-to-one marketing really is the way to go. And obviously the last part is rise in entrepreneurship. So many people from around the world, whether they are now an employee or they are actually wanting to go from the left-hand quadrant of the cash flow quadrant to the right-hand quadrant to be business owners. They want to become, you know, learning more about the entrepreneurship. So that's why Market America Shop.com is positioned to take advantage of these 4 trends with the unfranchised business, also known as the internet franchise business. So why is it called the unfranchise? Well, because it is like a franchise with system, standardized and uniformity, and it's got proven management systems and professional marketing tools, and the trend why is the same wherever you are, and also the market-driven products and services are multi-billionaire, and that are the trends that are hot, and everyone, you know, all around the world would need them. And finally, the important part is branding and increased visibility as well. Now, unlike a franchise, though, that, you know, there is no franchise fees or royalties. There is only very minimal startup expenses with potential tax advantages, and there is no large monthly overhead, so that you don't really need, you know, as we mentioned with traditional businesses, thousands of millions of dollars to get started. And the other really positive thing is there is no territorial restrictions, which means that wherever you are, because you're actually working through online, you don't have to be worried about wherever you are. You can actually do this business, and you can work part-time with flexible hours towards full-time income. And it's very little risk. If you were to ask me, I would say it's even no risk, because the only risk is not to try. So the company was founded in 1992, and it is a global product brokerage and internet marketing company that specializes in one-to-one marketing. The headquarters is in Greensboro, North Carolina in the United States, and it employs over 850 people globally, and the operations are all over the world, including, apart from United States, Canada, Australia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, United Kingdom, Singapore, and Malaysia. And there are many other emerging countries that are coming up as well. And the products are also available in hundreds of different countries. Now, the company also has had really great credibility in that it's got the Better Business Bureau's A+ rating for many years now, and also 2 years, 2013 and 2018, the company has won the George Award, which is known for its trust, performance, and integrity. So worldwide company sales and franchise.
Okay, so if I can just get everyone to mute themselves, because it sounds like there's a bit of background noise there. Let's see what that is. All right. And I'm aware that there are some people that are here are not from Australia. So the figures that we are sharing here is actually an Australian figure. So if we're able to just show you the Australia figure, and then I'll be able to also just convert that into the Singapore and Malaysia for you. Okay, so just let me go back to it. Just one moment, guys. Okay, just close this. So bear with me one moment. I just click that off the. In the meantime, if you've got any question, you can type it in the chat bar. I'm just going back to where the figure is. Just give me a minute. Okay, so can you see my screen?
No.
No? Okay, let me just get back on. Sorry. Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah.
Yep, good. Okay, so so here, guys, this is Australian American sort of figures. So when you see thousands of unfranchised are earning 3,000 to 3,600 per week, in Singapore term is 375 to 1,875, and with Malaysian ringgit would be about 1,200 ringgit to 6,000 ringgit per week.
Wrong slide. We can't see that one.
Sorry?
We can't see the slide you put on for the ringgit.
Got the Better Business Bureau's A+ rating for many years now, and also 2 years, 2013 and 2018, the company has won the Torch Award, which is known for its trust, performance, and integrity. So worldwide company sales and unfranchised owners' earnings is more than 8.8 billion US dollars. And thousands of the internet franchise owners are earning anywhere between 300 to 3,600 per week in just one business center. And more than 500 unfranchised owners have earned in excess of $1 million in commissions all over the world.
Yeah, so this was where I was talking, because I only have the screen for the Australian one. But for those of you who are on this call that are from Malaysia and Singapore, I was just referring to, you know, how it says thousands of unfranchised owners are earning. If you are in Australia, the possibility is 300 to 3,600 per week per business development center. Whereas if you're in Singapore, that would be 375 to 1,875 Singapore dollars, and in Malaysia that would be 1,200 ringgit to 6,000 ringgit per week per business development center. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's basically just sort of like to clarify. I mean, if you look at this as a US figure, that you'll be able to understand like the conversion back to your country.
And also new $1 million earners have been added every single month. And the important thing for you to look at, apart from, you know, the retail accumulated sales of 8.8 billion, is the total unfranchised owner earnings is 4.56 billion. So that means more than 50% of the retail sales have gone back to the business owner themselves. And that goes to show the company is really generous. Now, there are two different types of plan available. The first is the 45-year plan. Well, with this plan, 95% of people spend up to 45 years of their lives, making the other 5%
So you want me to share that screen, do you?
Plan for someone else.
The screen is not there anymore.
Yeah, so Auntie Ann, you want me to share that screen? I'm just changing.
No, yeah, that one you said about the money one. I sent.
Okay, I'll share that one, yeah, because I'm changing it.
Yes.
No worries, just give me a moment, because with the short plan that they've changed, the company has just changed to the short plan. That one is not there, but we have got someone who has actually changed that for us. So let me just do the screen sharing. I might add that in next time so you can see that. Okay, here it is.
Yeah.
So as you can all see, right, left bank, right bank, if it is 1,200 as your business volume or internet business volume, USD and Australian dollars are the same. So from 1200 is 300, 2400 is 300, 3600 is another $300. When you reach 5,000, then you have $600, right? Whereas in Singapore, as I mentioned, if you see the increment from 1224 36 to 5,000 is $375, 375 to 750. So all up, you can earn Singapore dollars $1,875 per week per business development center. And if you're from Malaysia, when you reach 1,200, your left and right, you will earn 1,200 ringgit, 24, another 1,200 ringgit, 36, 1,200, 5,000 is 24. So all up, you can earn 6,000 Malaysian ringgit per business development center per week. Now, this is basically just to be relevant to where you're at, obviously, because as I mentioned in the beginning, on this call, we've got people from all over. We've got people from Australia, Singapore, and Malaysia, even New Zealand. We haven't got the New Zealand figure, but more or less the same, I would say, as Australian. But basically, you would see that, the total commission is actually getting more and more from when you reach 5,000, which is only the increment of 1,400, you get double in each case. And as you see the note below, which, if you were to go to the second look, this is only a very first evaluation for most of you who are guests to see this. So you don't really need to understand fully 100% everything here, but to know that, commission is available as you, accrue and accumulate your business volume and your internet business volume. Yeah, so that's basically it. So let me get back to the other one.
Success and not the wrong. So basically, owner earnings is 4.56 billion. So that means more than 50, and there is no credibility in 8 billion is the total unfranchised owner earnings is 4.56 billion. So that means more than 50% of the retail sales have gone back to the business owner themselves, and that goes to show the company is really generous. Now, there are two different types of sharing unfranchised owner earnings, financial success and not their own. So basically 5% only are financially fit. The other 95% are still working when they get to their retired age or dead or financially
Yeah,
struggling.
I cannot see your screen.
Oh, can you? You cannot?
No, I
Oh,
cannot.
that's strange. Let me see. Share.
Okay, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I can see now. Thank you.
Okay.
Spend up to 45 years of their lives making the other 5% successful. They work a plan for someone else's financial success and not their own. So basically 5% only are financially fit. The other 95% are still working when they get to their retired age or dead or financially struggling. So basically, if you are actually in the 45-year plan, then most likely you would have debt, including student loans, credit cards, car loans, or mortgage. That you may have financial security issue. Let's say if you want to earn an extra $1,000 a month with the interest rate of 2%, you would need to save $600,000 to be able to earn that extra $1,000. So many people really don't have that extra $600,000 lying around to earn that 2% interest rate, right? So financial security relying on having savings is really difficult. And what about Social Security, or in Australia, Centrelink? Is that the answer? Well, 65% of people aged 65 years old and over use Centrelink as their primary source of income, which is only over $1,000 per month. And so that is really not enough for a lot of people when they get to their retired age. Now, the second plan, which is what we advocate through shop.com, is the 2 to 3 year plan, which is a plan for your own financial success. With this, you can actually earn additional income on top of what you're currently earning, and it can help you to reduce your debt, help you to have financial and time freedom, potential tax advantages, and also helps you to pay for your mortgage or rent and other debts as well. And you can actually retire early, and you have a backup plan, which is a plan B. And the good thing about this 2 to 3 year plan is that it is an opportunity for you to create an ongoing residual income, not just the income that, like what we shared, the left-hand quadrant. If you stop working or you stop being in the small business setting, then you won't be able to earn any money. Whereas with this plan, once you establish it, you'll be able to have an ongoing income. So this company is a product brokerage company with hundreds of exclusive products and services that doesn't rely on the sales of any one product or service. It's got a lot of different markets that are all multi-billion dollars, and it identifies the latest market-driven products. So what that means is that if the products are no longer market-driven, then the company can then ditch it and not having to continue promoting them. And it also eliminates the burden of manufacturing, because it's a product brokerage company, and it allows company flexibility to move with the marketplace. So here are the different company with the different billion-dollar markets: health and nutrition, age management, baby and children's care, weight management, health professionals, cosmetics, personal care, home and garden, and internet services, etc. And you will find that there are many more that are coming soon as well. Secondly, we are also an internet marketing company with thousands of partner stores and millions of products, with hundreds of exclusive products, and there is no cost to register as a customer as well. So anyone that actually come into this website, they are able to register for free as a VIP customer and then earn cash back for all the products that they purchase. Now, the concept of shopping annuity is a revolutionary concept that helps people convert their spending into earning through the Unfranchise and shop.com. So basically, think about it. Who doesn't shop, right? Every one of us is already spending money. Why not get paid for it? So that's why all of your purchases from our partner stores as well as our shop.com exclusive products are tracked through our shopping annuity system. So when you or anyone that you lead to shops online, you get 100% credit for those purchases. And that is really an amazing concept of the shopping annuity, whereby you can convert your spending or your customers' spending into earning and investment. So when you think about these two plans, the 45-year plan and the 2 to 3 year plan, which do you prefer? Whether you want to trade time for money, or do you want to just invest part-time weekly to earn anywhere between $300 to $3,600 per week to create an ongoing residual income? Well, I'm sure that all of you would think the answer is 2 to 3 year plan, right? And if you want to learn more about 2 to 3 year plan, then I would encourage you to continue. Otherwise, you think that I'm happy with the 45-year plan and I'm happy to continue trading time for money and on the left-hand quadrant of the Cashflow Quadrant, then perhaps, this is not for you. For the 2 to 3 year plan, there are 5 steps to build an unfranchised business. Step 1 is to apply. Now, to apply, there are 2 ways that you can go about it. First is to be a sales representative. Second is to be an unfranchised owner. Now, as you can see the features there, the sales representative, there are only 2 features which allow you to earn retail profits with exclusive products and with the training. However, you really don't have your own website or market your business through an online forum, and you don't have the report and the compensation plan. So that's why we generally don't recommend that people go for this option. The unfranchised owner option is the way to go in terms of opening your business. And you only have to pay a subscription fee of $129.95. You have all of the features on the left here with the benefits of being able to earn ongoing residual income with the reports that allow you to see how you and your team and your customers have been doing. And also you have different websites as well as training that allow you to learn while you earn. The unfranchised owner subscription includes all of these really amazing features that help you to grow your business even when you have not been a business owner before, so you can learn from scratch. You have a getting started guide, you have an unfranchised menu, UFO magazine, training and seminar system, audio training series, and the management reports, which allows you to see your back office, which we call it, which is the accounting report. And you also have coaching and mentoring by experienced owners. And you have a lot of different websites available as well. Now, step 2 is to create business volume. Business volume is what we call BV points. It's the value that is assigned to exclusive products that will allow you to earn income. So these are some of the examples: health and nutrition, weight management, baby and children care, and skin care, cosmetics, and personal care. These are basically our exclusive products. And then we also have home and garden and internet services, as well as different types of really amazing internet business volume with our partner stores as well. Now, these are the different partner stores, which is only a few out of hundreds of them that you can purchase through the website and also earn cash back as well as income through them. And ways to earn BV and IBV include your personal use and shopping. You can have customer sales and their shopping, as well as one-to-one marketing. Step 3 is to qualify. Now, you can qualify your business development center with 200 business volume, which opens both your left and right BV and IBV banks. So once you actually have this 200 BV, then your BV and IBV banks will be opened. Then you'll be able to accumulate the points, and then you'll be able to start earning commission when you activate, which is the next step. Now, in order to qualify with the 200 BV, you can actually go for what we call the Fast Start program, which is only $439 with free shipping and including the $129.95 subscription fee. And that allows you to actually get products of more than $700 worth. And you can choose between these 3, whether it's the standard most popular product through the shop.com branded products, or Motives Cosmetics, as well as website solutions that you can actually use as part of your Fast Start program. Now, step 4 is activate. When you personally partner or introduce one qualified unfranchised owner in your left and then another one on your right, then you'll be able to earn commissions. So that is what we say it's the activating your business. So let's say you have Mark and Kate on your left and right organization that you personally introduce, partner, or sponsor, and then you'll be able to activate yourself. Then the last step is to teach them to manage and support these people. So once you have Mark and Kate, let's say Mark and Kate also both introduce 2 people to activate their business, then you'll be able to continue to build your business, because people will lead to people will lead to more people, and that's why you have more and more people in your organizations, and you'll be able to earn more and more money that way. And your senior partner that is the person either who introduced you or those that are above them will be able to put business volumes above you as well. So the tracking system searches daily to infinity. And the system tracks the purchases and sales made by both yourself, your customer, and your team. And you receive 100% of the credit for all volume generated within your organization. So that is why it's so amazing that it's not just you doing the work, it's actually synergistically having both you and your team and all of your customers having, you know, the business volume, doing it together to be able to, you know, earn the income for both your business volume for exclusive products and internet business volume, which is for the partner stores. Now, this disclaimer is basically saying that obviously the income levels are for illustration purposes only. If you are able to work hard and if you dedicate yourself and devote yourself to this business, then, you know, it is really possible for you to be able to earn the money that you aim for. Now, commissions are earned through tracking the business volumes daily, and commissions are calculated weekly. So it will just go down to the last person of your left and right. So whenever you get the accumulation of 1200 BV, you will earn $300 of commission. When you have another increment of 1200 reaching 2400, you will then earn another $300. And then the third increment of 1200 reaching 3600 BV points, then you will earn another $300. Now, the final increment is a further 1400 BV, which means that you reach 5,000 BV on your left and right, then you will earn $600 commission. So all up, you can earn up to 1,500 BV as your commission. And that is your weekly potential per BDC. BDC stands for Business Development Center, which is your income center. And so basically how it works is it goes down towards, you know, every single one of your business partners below you. It works the same way with your IBV point with our partner stores as well. When it gets to, you know, 1200, 2400, 3600, 5000, you will get up to 1,500 IBV partner store points for your weekly potential. So what that means is that if you have reached the weekly potential of both BV and IBV, then your total weekly potential is $3,000 for your BDC, the Business Development Center, for both your BV and IBV. So as your organization expands, the frequency of commissions earned increases until it occurs weekly. Then basically what happens is that we also have the management bonuses that are available for us. So what that is that each time you and any BDC in your left and right sales organizations completes the BV commission cycle in the same week, then you receive a management bonus of $600. So say, for example, you reach 5,000 BV this week, and then Mark on your left also reach 5,000, and then on your right also reach 5,000. Then the company will award you a $600 management bonus. So that means totally you will be able to earn a weekly potential $3,600 per BDC. So when you think about it, if you do like a job, if you help other people, you know, the company normally don't give you extra bonus. Whereas in this case, if you help people in your organization to reach their, you know, BV up to 5,000, the company actually gives you the $600 management bonus. Now, if you say that, well, $3,600 per week probably is not enough yet, then, you know, you can actually earn more income by expanding your business development centers. So in this case, you have already 3 business development centers, right? That is basically every single one of the franchise owner will start with 3 BDCs. And so if you actually have someone that you introduce into your 002 and 003, you only need to do half of the work because you have already 001, 002 and marked in part of your 002. So that is really amazing. You can open additional business development centers to increase your commission as well, to earn more income that way. And up to 999. So basically, that's a summary of how the money is earned. Obviously, it was done quite quickly as an overview for you to see. You may not fully understand it yet. I would normally say to people that you need to look at this at least 3 times to start to understand it. So when you look at this, you are probably thinking, can this work for me? Or are you right for the business? Well, one guarantee that I can give you is that if you don't try anything, then everything will stay the same. If you want to improve your financial status, your time freedom, and reach, your goals with a better lifestyle and, being able to make a difference, then what I would like to encourage you to do, there are 3 different steps that you can choose from. Number 1 is to schedule, make an appointment with the person who introduced you to this video, and then get your questions answered. Number 2 is you might like to try some products. As we mentioned, there are a lot of different exclusive high quality products that we have, and you can register as a VIP customer and start earning cash back. And we also have, as I mentioned, a lot of partner stores that you probably have already been using, but if you purchase from our website, you get cash back as well. And then you may say, well, this is a great business, and I can already see that this will help me become financially and time free. I would like to give it a try. Then you can give this business a trial run. And so these are the next 3 steps that I would like to encourage you to consider, and come back to us, and we'll be able to do this with you. So thank you everyone for listening to this video, and I'd love for you to consider being